Hey, 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 everybody. It is your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about Queens, Season 1, Episode 6, Behind the Throne. I'll be honest, I didn't get that title. If somebody understands what that title means, please let me know. Oh, maybe because they was doing a behind the scene or behind the video documentary. Maybe that's what they're saying since they were on the throne, the queens. Maybe that's what they mean with behind the throne. Y'all let me know what y'all think it means. In the meantime, before I shout out people, I want to say thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there, everybody who's commented or subscribed to my channel. I want to give thanks for you guys being a part of my channel. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And honestly, I'm thankful for you because I wouldn't have a channel if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much for all you do for Barbie J's channel. Now, shout out to all of you who are subscribers and who have commented. Even if you're not a subscriber and you've commented on my channel, I appreciate you very much. And if you have not subscribed to my channel as of yet, I'd appreciate it if you took a little bit of time right now and did that. Just hit that little red subscribe button. It doesn't take that much time to do. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just to help support a sister, with her channel and her goals. Anyway, and if you want to be notified every time I upload a video, hit that little notification bell next to it, and that'll let you know as well. Then once you subscribe, then you can like the video, comment on the video, and you can share the video. Okay, so don't just watch the video, write a comment about what you thought about the show. Hit the like button if you like what I said, and share it if you think somebody else would get a kick out of it. How hard is that to do? Hey. Anyway, guys, this episode, you know what? I am all in for this show. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And unfortunately, I feel like I give too much details, but I love giving the details because those who haven't seen it or might have missed something, they'll hear everything, or maybe they'll encourage somebody to watch the show. I try to support my people as much as I can. And y'all see all the shows I watch, I try to be shows with black people in them so we can support our people. It is what it is. There's not enough our shows around, but lately they have been, so I can't even keep up with them because there's so many more out there. There's just a Western that's out there that's coming. I can't do all of those videos. Anyway, let me go on. So this show starts off with them coming off the stage from doing the AMAs, performance, and they was all that and a bag of chips from what they was all saying. And Eric was like, they getting off the stage all hyped and stuff, and Eric's like, yo, SNL wants us to perform. And if y'all don't know what SNL is, those of you who don't know, that's Saturday Night Live, y'all. Saturday Night Live. And then they said something about they went back was it 4 weeks or was it 4 months earlier? I can't even remember now. It was either 4 weeks or 4 months earlier. They go back to scenes and you see Fabio on the radio and he's talking. Oh my God, this is too much. Wait, I'm not sure if that was the 4 months later. At some point, something showed up. It said 4 weeks or 4 months previous. But let me just tell you what I know. Okay, Fabio's on the radio. That's the guy, the young guy who had the hots for Brianna, P6, as he called her. And he's on a talk show, and he's like, well, who got you all sprung and stuff like that? And he was like trying to beat around the bush, and he finally came out and told that P6 laid it on him, baby, laid it on him. And her kids came and they heard it, and the son was like, Mommy, did you do something with Fabio such and such? And she's like, oh my God. And she got to explain to her 5 kids about this. They showing Valeria's trying to cook for her mother. She's having this relationship. So it must not have been 4 months. It must have been like 4 weeks because I don't think her mother was in her life for the 4 whole months already. I don't know. and she wanted to give her, she's giving her mother a diamond necklace, and the mother was turning it down. No, 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 I can't. I wouldn't do that. I don't want that. Sometimes people who being slick and really do want money, they'll turn down stuff at first, knowing that they really want it or need it or something. But anyway, her mother turned it down, and I said, that was my thought. Then the mom, even though the mom said, Valeria insisted that she take it, even though the mom said no. Valeria insisted, I wanted to do this for my mom. And her mother gave her some story later on of what happened between them. And let me not skip to that yet, because let me go to Jill. Jill's in divorce court with her husband, and they signing the papers and finalizing everything, and now everybody can move on. And he said, he said something about loving her so much, it doesn't excuse the way he acted, behaved, but he said, do me one favor. He said, you're a good person, don't change too much. And I wish she would, Jill need to instill that in her, because she's becoming a mess. To me, she is. Naomi asks her, the way she's behaving. But if y'all saw this episode, y'all will understand it. She's really, even last week's episode too. But anyway, Naomi asks Eric, so you gave JoJo your chain and stuff, and he's like, yeah, she told you. She said, of course she did. So they are all talking, and they get together, and they realizing they need to capitalize on the heat that they're getting now. That's how Eric put it. We got to capitalize on the heat we're getting now from the AMAs. And Naomi's like, yeah, it's time for us to drop our new single on the world. And he said that Behind the Video wants to do a documentary. I thought it was called Behind the Scene, but they said Behind the Video documentary. And so they all feel that they feel that it's a good idea to do it. And Valeria's the only one who's not there, but they said, Valeria's going to be down. So now they have to hear these verses from Little Muffin or something. She dropped a verse or something for them for their song. And so they was listening to it, and they was like, yeah, I guess it'll do, that's okay and stuff. And so, Valeria and Jill are like, But as Naomi put it, and Brianna, we wouldn't be nowhere without Little Muffin. It's because of Little Muffin that we're where we are now. So where's the loyalty? Because Brianna's like, I'm all for loyalty, and so was Naomi. And they told, they said, Eric's like, well, she's my client too, and so are y'all, but I would be wrong. I have to look in your best interest, and I see Lady London submitted a verse too, and we want to choose. So they were like, well, we got to listen to it and stuff. And Naomi's like, Jill, could you tell her this is not business? This is, you have to do the pick loyalty. And she said, no, you're right, but you do have to do business. This is business. And Eric is like, no, Naomi, one of them said, Naomi said, I've had to pick her up out of rehab. And she, Jill is like, I sympathize with her, I really do. But when we want to get to the next level, we got to do this and do that. I said, look at Jill forgetting how it feels. That Naomi said, I don't want to be the reason somebody relapse and go back because you don't put them down. She built them up. And these two selfish heifers, and I'm talking about, I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all don't like it, but them selfish heifers, come on, Valeria and Jill, they all about themselves right now. And it's sad. But when Valeria had came in, I forgot to tell y'all that Valeria was talking about, they said, we all open that you happy that you having this relationship and this time with your mother and stuff. But be careful, and she's like, what are you talking about? And Eric said, it's in my opinion, when family shows up out of the blue and they all said they want money. And she was like, this morning, I practically had to beg her to take a diamond necklace and all that stuff. They said, okay, but just protect yourself. But like I said, they were saying it's not always about business. And Jill was like, no, it's not. But this time it is. And Muffin's kind of falling off, and Lady London's was hot. And so they liked Lady London's verse. So it really was 2 against 2. And then Eric did the deciding vote, which was to go with Lady London. And he went against his own artist, which was Little Muffin. And that broke Little Muffin's heart. It really did. They want what they threw away 20 years ago, a world tour. That's Valeria. I'm like, and y'all gonna use somebody? Y'all use somebody to get there? What's with the using people? You don't get anywhere when you use people. Because I truly believe karma is a biatch, and it will come back on you. Because somebody gonna use you to step on you to get to where they want to go, and then you're gonna know how it feels. And she was so hurt. She called them the geriatric ass traitors. Geriatric ass traitors. And then to see that her manager is the one who just decided to vote against him. And that Jill, who's supposed to be her friend and caring about her and understanding when you have to go into rehab, suggesting she go into rehab, and then you turn on her too. Man, that's hurtful. And then Muffin goes home and tell them I think it's 3 gay guys that she hanging with that been her friends since middle school, her family since middle school or something. They don't even care. They like, what you going to do to get us back in, get us, help us. They're not trying to help her anyway, way, shape, form, or fashion. They just living off of her. She's like, my heart is being sucked out and y'all don't even care one bit of how they betrayed me and that my career is in a dumpster. And they're like, oh no, we know your career's in a dumpster. I said, oh my God, you need to get rid of them guys. Get rid of them. Snap, snap, girlfriend, get out. Bye-bye. I mean, that's what she need to say to them. They don't even have her best interests at heart. They don't even care. They only cared about themselves. So Muffin makes a phone call to Eric and says she want to meet with the label. She want to meet with them and, talk to them about her career goals. Her friends are telling her she need to become relevant again. I said, oh my God, I can't with this. I can't with friends sometimes. This is too much. Oh, this is funny though. So then they show Valeria giving her mother a check for $100,000 and saying, if that's what you came here for, here it is. And that's when her mother gave her the sob story of why she got rid of her, how she got to this country and all of that stuff. Yada, 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 y'all. The violence was plain. We don't even know if that's true. She don't even know if that story is true. But that's all she got to go on. But her mama didn't take the check and she ripped it up. So she didn't want to take the necklace and she ripped up the check. This looked like a scene out of, what it was that movie with, what's her name? The one of the girl with Halle Berry. Baps. Baps. And they pretended they was the granddaughter of somebody, of Lily. And they wasn't. When he handed them the checks and they ripped it up knowing they needed that money and stuff. We here because we want to be. That's what that reminded me of. So her mom said she'll leave if that's what Valeria wants her to do. But like I said, she ripped up the check and Valeria didn't want her to leave. She wants to learn and know about her mother and stuff like that. So they hugged real tight for a long time. And then she said, never let go. Oh, they're so sweet. Isn't that so sweet, y'all? Stop playing. So the ladies have to all meet to discuss this filming that they're supposed to be doing for a music video and everything. And who is it? Is it not Naomi? Brianna. I guess her babysitter canceled on her. So now she gonna be late coming and she gotta come with all her kids. And her kids are on the set tearing stuff up. Let me stop. They just out there in a lot tearing stuff up. And her son ain't paying attention to but what happens is they meet this guy. Eric introduced them to this guy called Rodrigo Canales, and he's the hottest music video director in the game today. And he was like feeling Naomi. He said he saw her singing in some little hick town somewhere. She said, really? She said there was only about 12 people in the audience. He said, yeah, and I was one of them. And he lets her know throughout this whole episode how beautiful she is and stop hiding behind the camera. The camera is going to find you because you beautiful. I mean, he has been sweating her. And everybody's looking at, they said he looked at her like she was a snack. A little 2-piece and a biscuit. Let me stop. I've added that, but I mean, he was checking her out. He was feeling her throughout this whole episode. I ain't gonna say it no more. I'm just saying it this time. And then the next thing, somebody's phone get a bing bing, and they look. There's a video of Jill. See, because Jill with that damn Alicia. Alicia said this, and Alicia said that. Alicia got her coming out all over the place, and now it looks like they think she came out for a come up. And then they said that in 5 months, she went from being like the top thing to being canceled. She said, "Am I canceled?" They said, "Looks that way." And she was like, "I would never use my sexuality to advance my career." And that's what people are thinking. But they said in the past 5 months. So maybe that earlier when I said it said either 4 weeks or 4 months, it might have been 4 months earlier, just to put that in perspective. So Valeria had to stop Jill from trying to respond to all the Twitter trolls and stuff. And she's like, "No, I have to." And she said, "Stop giving them um any more fuel." She said, "Don't give them any more fuel. Just ignore it. Try to ignore it." But she's like, "This is my career." And she keeps, throughout the whole episode, she's trying to fight back by responding. But she did a video in this episode. They're doing behind, like they said, behind the scenes. So they interview each one of them separately and talk about their lives and what's going on with them and stuff. So she decided to fight back and then called on for Tina to help her with this TV interview. And I was pissed. And I'm sure you guys would too. So Brianna's kids ran this one of the carts, the movie carts, into the trailer and stuff, and they're running around acting up. And she comes out there, and her oldest son, who's supposed to be watching them, is laughing, and she's like, "Boy, you supposed to be watching them and stuff." He's like, "When we going home? And I have to do this, and I want to do that." And he's missing his soccer game or something like that. And she's like, "Well, I need you to watch them until this is over. Why are you laughing and stuff?" And he's like, he don't even care. And she was walking away. She said, "I'm sorry." She was gonna call Gary's parents to see if they'll pick him up, but then they said they really need you on set right now. And so she's like, "I'm sorry." And he said, she turns to walk away. He goes, "Continue being a slut." She said, "What?" She turned back around there and said, "What did you say?" "Well, that's what my friends say." She told him, "You better apologize first of all, and you should be ashamed of yourself for even putting them words in your mouth about your mother." And she was about to knock him out. And that lady was like, "Look, they really need you right now." I'm like, hell no. He would have got the heck snapped out of him before I went to set. My fingernails would be broken because they would have been all over his daggone face. Boy, crazy. These kids, that's what your friends say. Your friends don't have to, that's not your friend's mother, you know? Anyway, you're supposed to defend your mother. She just lost her husband and all this stuff going on. You lost your father. And she later came back and explained to him, "I'm sorry, but they looking up to you now. Your younger siblings are looking up to you, and you're the next man in the family, and you got to help mommy out. You could help with watching them. You could help me with this and that." She's letting him know what he could help with. He said, "That's not fair." She said, "I know it's not fair, but life isn't fair." She said, "Daddy used to pay all the bills. Now mommy has to, and this is the job I have. This is what I know how to do, and I'm good at it." She said, "But I promise you, we're going to get through this. We'll get through this." She said, "And I need your help if we work together." And he said, "Okay," or something like that. But boy, that boy almost got beat down, honey. Beat down. Things probably would have went differently with Barbie J. Knocked him across the town. So Little Muffin, she meets with her label, and they're telling her contractually, "You owe us one more album." And she's like, I have to go by who I am, who represent who I am now that she had been in rehab and not that character she used to do with the Little Muffin and stuff. So she wants to record her next album as Lauren, that sounds like a great idea. And she told her, "When you first signed me, you said you trusted my vision. She said, please trust me one more time. I gotta." And so the lady is like, "Well, I gotta run this upstairs first, but let's do another album with Lauren. Okay, let's do a Lauren album." Everybody's clapping, everybody's excited. And the next thing you know, them fools come back and Eric's calling talking about, yeah, they just voided your contract and want to settle the bill. What the freak? She's out there in the pool with a house and all this stuff, and she's got to go through this now. I felt so bad for her, but that is the business. They said they want to settle the bill, and she owes $750,000. And she was like, well, she's telling Eric, maybe I could sell my house. It got to be worth $2 million and all that stuff. And he said he hopes that she'll make it up in her next album. So Naomi there's a scene with her. She's showing Rodrigo how to play a guitar, and Eric comes in the trailer asking a question. He's just jealous. He mad jealous. I can tell you that much. If nobody else notices it, I do. And so, the next thing you know, so it seems that, what's her name? Oh, Jill coming out has caused problems for the group because now, with her coming out, she has had to call Alicia for help to help her and deal with this issue. And Alicia saying it's not great, but it's not career ending. And she told her that she just needs someone to vouch for her character in a positive light and stuff. Because then she sees a video that pops up and it has that she assaulted someone, and the girl is talking about it. It was 20 years ago, and she said, I thought she was flirting with me, and I was young and starstruck, and she put her hands on me, and no, she said, and she could have just said no, but she put her hands on me and called me a freak. She made me feel so small. I quit the business. I was depressed and ashamed, and and then now they come out here celebrating her as some queer icon, and I just had to speak up. And I'm like, what? So what does this damn Jill do? Jill go and call Tina to come on the show with her and speak to her. Ain't this nothing? That's right, because she used Tina. I said, didn't she use her, y'all? I know I'm not crazy. She used that woman. And Valerian was like, you have been acting mad to Diddy lately, and all this stuff, thinking you better than people. But she put herself out there listening to that damn Alicia chick, and this is where it got her. That's why her husband was telling her, don't change too much. In the meantime, because of all of this drama with her, that girl who they went with, was it Lady London? She bailed out and said she can't be associated with them. So they screwed and out of luck because, see, they should have stuck with Little Muffin. In the meantime, now Little Muffin is homeless because she's losing everything because her contract was ended. So on national television, Jill apologized to the girl Lacey and said, I feel so bad for what I did and I can't apologize. I can't apologize enough. I was struggling with my sexuality back then, And then she had Tina on the show vouching for her. And she said she was weak, conflicted, and broken. And Tina saved me. And the person who asked her, the interviewer asked her, so America loves love stories. So she said, as much, they love redemption stories as much as a love story. So are you two getting back together? And Jill held Tina's hand and said, it's like we never broke up. It's like we never broke up on national television. And Tina looked at her like, what? So what are you saying? What does that mean to any of y'all? Let me know down in the comment section, really. So now they begging Little Muffin to do the video with them and use her verses. And she said, why would I want to do it with y'all? Y'all left me for dead, basically. I'm homeless now. I had to get booked in a Hyatt. I said, oh, my damn. I thought that was so funny. I was like, well, literally, I am a Hyatt. Like, what? Not a Hilton? Oh, how dare you? I'm just like, really, Little Muffin? You be a bit much, a girl, please. So they said, but Jill was doing most of the talking because she was the one doing the talking before. And she was like, we messed up. You're part of our messed up family, and stuff. And we want you. So she decided to do the video with them now, which was nice. It worked out. But they should have stayed loyal. These girls ain't loyal. What's that song? These girls ain't loyal. It's in my head. Sorry, y'all. So the ladies did that video. It was a nice video. They had on like black robes or something or kind of thing. And you see a courtroom, like a courtroom scene behind them and everything. It was nice. And Little Muffin came out there doing her thing and everything. Everybody had their verses. It was a really nice, tasteful video. So now they at the after party. And at the after party, Little Muffin is talking to Eric saying, now what am I going to do? I'm homeless and I'm broke again. He's like, well, he paid off her debt to the music business company. And she's like, where you get that type of cheddar from? He's like, don't worry, I did it. It's the least I could do for you. He said, and you could crash with me until we get you a new place or whatever. So she was excited and happy because God forbid she have to stay in a Hyatt. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm telling you, some people like Howard Johnson. I'm at a Howard Johnson. Do Howard Johnson or Holiday Inn still exist? Oh Lord. Anyway, and then who else they was at? That Rodrigo person asked Naomi to dance, but then he also she was like, it's about my girls tonight. He said, well, Brianna could get up there and dance too. And Brianna got her 5 kids there. She said, come on, y'all, we gonna get up there, come dance with mommy. And they all was up there dancing. I thought that was so nice. It was really nice. Jill was a real ass. Jill tells Tina she's sorry she misunderstood what she was doing because Tina was talking about getting time off and coming and staying out there with her. And she was like, oh no, you just did me a favor. I'm grateful and everything, but I'm sorry you misunderstood. I was like, what? She said, you said, what? How did I misunderstand that? She said, but I put myself on the line for you. And Jill's like, I don't think I have time and space in my life right now for this. And then had the nerve to tell Tina that was her choice to do that. And she was like, what? So you like use me? No, she's like, God gave us free will. What the freak? Jill is going to get hers. There's a comfortable seat in hell for her right now with this nonsense she doing. I'm sorry. You just can't go on using people like that. You can't. So then they show Valeria and she's talking with her mother. Her mother goes over to the chocolate fountain and you know that she loves that. And this lady from one of the directors or something, producers from the documentary comes over and wants to share something with Valeria and saying that we got this footage and we thought you might want to handle it privately. And she says, what is it? You know, she said, as long as you're not trying to make us look stupid, she said, that's why I didn't put it in there. And it was a picture of her mother taking pictures of her credit cards. Valeria's mother was taking pictures of Valeria's credit cards. Oh my God, Valeria was stunned. She was in shock. So they all was out there on the dance floor dancing after that, and Valeria was upset. She went and grabbed Eric and got him out there dancing. Everybody's on the dance floor dancing, and Eric goes, we did it, we did it. And they're like, what did we do? They didn't know. And they got the world tour with Little Muffin. So they got a world tour. And then they show that scene that we saw at the beginning of another episode, like episode 2 or 3, where they all looking up at this sign talking about a world tour. And Eric comes and meets them, and some guy comes out and shoots, and it stops like that again. I'm like, what is going on with this scene? But anyway, that's the way it ended. Sorry, this video, this recap was so long, but this show always have to take my time breaking it down because there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of stuff going on, and I just want y'all to know everything that I'm seeing. So this your girl Barbie J saying peace. But let me know down in the comment section how you feel about everything. And again, happy Thanksgiving. Have a blessed one, y'all. Peace.